back to the Maelstrom, ladies and gentlemen. We have another Warhammer 40k battle report for you today. 2,000 points. We are doing Thousand Sons from Traitor Legions versus Eldar from the new Fracture of Biel-Tan book. So the Eldar will be worshipping their Eniac god of the dead and trying to bring more of his servants to life today. The Thousand Sons will be attempting to prevent that and also trying to take these objectives. We're playing Maelstrom. Tactical escalation, so more objectives every turn. We have 6 objectives set up on the table, and they will be warring in an attempt to control those objectives. And the final objective is right there. Alright, so the Thousand Sons will be on my side of the table. The Eldar will be opposite. We will be right back with the army lists. First up, we have the Eldar, 2,000 points.
Alright, so running the Reborn Warhost. I have a Farseer on a Skyrunner with a Singing Spear. I have Moggan Ra as an execute choice as well. In the troop section, we have a squad of Guardian Defenders with a Warlock and a Scatter Laser. I have a squad of 3 Windrider Bikes with 2 Scatter Lasers. A squad of 7 Dire Avengers in a Wave Serpent with Scatter Lasers, Shuriken Cannon, and Hollow Fields. Then in the fast attack slot, we have a Viper with 2 Shuriken Cannons and a 5-man Warp Spider squad. And then in the with heavy support choices, I have a Wraith Lord with 2 Bright Lances, 2 Flamers, and a Ghost Glaive. A Fire Prism with Hollow Fields and Spirit Stones. And a Falcon with a Bright Lance. And then I also have a Aspect Host with 2 squads of 5 Dark Reapers with Starshot launchers, and a 5-man squad of Fire Dragons in a Wave Serpent, also with Underslung Cannon, Scatter Lasers, and Hollow Fields.
Alrighty, so that is the Eldar force. As always, we'll have a link below to the blog where we will have psychic powers. Be right back with the Thousand Sons. Next up, we have the Thousand Sons.
Okay, so I will be playing a Grand Coven formation. My War Cabal is being led by Ahriman, backed up with a standard Chaos Sorcerer. It is filled out with 2 squads of 5 Rubrics, and the sergeants of both squads are packing Melta-Bombs, and a squad of 5 Terminators. Then for my first auxiliary, I have a Zangor Warherd that is being led by a standard Chaos Sorcerer, and 4 squads of 10 Zangors make up that auxiliary. Then my next 2 auxiliaries is 2 individual Predators with Twin-Link Las Cannon turrets, and the final 3 are 3 individual Mauler Fiends.
Alright, so you've seen the armies and you have seen the table. The war between the Eldar and Ahriman's quest for knowledge will continue as we get stuck into the Maelstrom. Alright, the Eldar deployed first.
Alright, so starting on this side, we've got a Viper, Dark Reapers, a Falcon, Fire Dragons and a Wave Serpent, my Guardian Defenders, Farseer Bikes, Dire Avengers with Moggan Ra join them, Wraith Lord, Dark Reapers, and a Fire Prism, and the Warp Spiders will Deep Strike.
Alright, and then on the opposite side of the table we've got the Thousand Sons.
So I put a Mauler Fiend on my extreme flank. My first squad of Zangors there is joined by the Sorcerer leading that part of the formation. Then across the center of the army, holding the 2 objectives and the dead space between the terrain, is my remaining 3 squads, backed up with my Lieutenant Sorcerer, who is attached to a Rubric Marine squad. Then I got both of my Predators kind of hugging cover, since unless we seize, the Eldar are going first. And Ahriman is closing out my right flank with a squad of Rubrics joined to him and 2 Mauler Fiends to rush the flank. I also have my Terminators in Deep Strike reserve.
Alright, so the Eldar are set up to go first. The Thousand Sons are going to attempt to seize the initiative, though, and take that away from them. And with a 2, they will not. So Eldar will have first turn. We're going to run through their movement, psychic, and shooting, and then we will be back. Eldar, turn 1.
Alright, so psychic phase, the only thing we managed to get off was Conceal on the Guardians. Tried to give the Reapers an extra shot from Soul Burst, and he threw all his dice and canceled it out with 3 successes. Shooting phase, both Wave Serpents, the Falcon, and the Reapers all fired to take down one Mauler Fiend there. The defenders in the top of the bunker shot and killed one Rubik Marine in the back center. And then the Wraith Lord, Reapers, and Fire Prism shot and dealt 2 hull points out of that Mauler Fiend.
Alrighty, and it doesn't look like there will be an assault phase, so we will be going into Thousand Suns. Turn 1. Thousand Suns, turn 1 rolls to an end. Mauler Fiends move up the flanks and make a run move to get a little bit of extra distance. The rest of the army kind of hung out. Down here we got Warp Fate, so these guys can re-roll their saves. Here in the center we have Shrouding and Mental Fortitude that have been cast here. The Predators slid out, fired 2 shots here, got a pin and a glance against the tank, but both were stopped by the Holofields. And then these Marines moved up, took force, and fired a volley of AP3 bolters here, but the cover saves held there. So no damage done on turn 1 to the Eldar. The Eldar response will be coming up, and we will be back once they have made their moves. Eldar, turn 2.
Alright, so kind of moved up, got out. Socket phase, the Warlock failed to cast Conceal, but the Farseer did succeed in casting the 6-up Invul Bubble and granting this squad of Reapers a free shot from they fired at the Mauler Fiend, managed to take 2 of its hull points out. Then in the shooting phase, between the Viper, the Reapers, the Falcon, the Wave Serpent, the Scatterbites, and the Guardians could not take out the last point.
Apparently it will not die is not a roll, it's just he will not die.
I managed to get several damage results, and he passed all. I got 5 damage results, and he made all 5 ups across this whole half of the army.
He is going. There might be a Corn Demon in that guy. We're not sure.
All right. So the Wraith Lord fired at the Mauler Fiend, failed to do anything. The Fire Prism had no shots because the Reapers had finished off the Mauler Fiend. The Wave Serpent fired at this squad. Then Magan and his Dire Avengers fired at them, finished them off, and earned the Strength from Death, and fired until they got to shoot again at the Rubiks and managed to kill 1 Rubik.
Alright, so Eldar, do we have an assault phase?
No assault phase.
Alright, so that's the end of Eldar turn 2. The Thousand Suns are going to issue their rebuttal, and we will return. Alright, Thousand Suns, turn 2 comes to an end. Thousand Suns did a fairly good little bit of damage here. Predator shot out here, pinned this thing, but he did jink, nothing happened there. Mauler Fiend's moving around the back there to get his charges in. Armin and his guys moved up. Armin cast Flare Storm on this vehicle, tore it to shreds, and killed 2 of the bikes and wounded the Farseer with the flying debris as he was Flare Storming away. The Fire Dragons fell out, and with typical results, the Rubrics fired at them. The Fire Dragons are no more. Down here, everyone is making a general advance. The Terminators arrived, fired their combi bolters, and did 1 damage point to this vehicle. Magan Ra took 1 wound from the Rubrics here. Everybody boiling out, getting ready to do their thing, and the Wraith Lord lost 1 wound when he was fired on from the Predator. So assault phase coming up, and we will be back following that. Thousand Suns assault phase rolls to an end, and once again I'm convinced these guys wear blue, but they praise the name of the Blood God. On this flank, the Mauler Fiend charged in, killed 2 of the Dark Reapers. They made their "our weapons are useless" check. They took off and did make it away. He moved over here and then regenerated a whole point to add spite to his injuries. Armin and his guys had shot their target clear, so they sat still for the turn. However, down here we had a dog pile. All of the Zangors and the Rubrics charged in here. The Rubric Sergeant challenged, looking for glory against Moggen Ra, and found death instead, was skewered on the end of his weapon. However, the Force Staves and the first batch of Zangors that had went to Initiative 4 clobbered all of the Dire Avengers. And between all of the flurry of attacks from their crude weapons, Moggen Ra was punched once more, took another wound. For his Death Blast release, Soul Blast, the Wraith Lord fired his Bright Lances down here, but was unable to penetrate the Predator's armor. So the Dire Avengers go down in flaming ruin, but Moggen Ra stands defiant. That is the end of turn 2. We're tied up 2-2, going into Eldar, turn 3. Eldar, turn 3.
Alright, so War Spiders attempted the deep strike here, scattered back this way. Moved my bikes forward, moved the Wave Serpent and the Falcon forward. Psychic Phase, the Farseer cast Word of the Phoenix on the Reapers to give them a soul burst. They took shots at the Maelstrom, killed it. That gave the Warp Spiders a soul burst. I used it for movement to jump them down there. Then the Farseer decided to cast Unbind Souls at the Zangors on Objective 6. Managed to kill 4 of them. Shooty Phase rolled around. The Fire Prism fired the Strength 7 AP2 small blast at the Terminators and killed 2 of them. Then the Falcon fired at them and killed another one. And then the Wave Serpent with the Twin Link Scatter Lasers and Shuriken Cannon fired, and he managed to drop some ones and killed the other 2.
Alrighty. So at that point, the Thousand Sons are going to go ahead and withdraw. Call that one a game. We will have after-action reviews and army lists at the blog as always. A like on Facebook is the best way to see our new content as it comes out, and subscriptions on YouTube are much appreciated. Once again, we thank all of you who have done that in the recent weeks. We will have after-action lists linked below as always, so that you can check all that action out at the blog. Let us know what you think about the game below in the comments, and as always, thanks for spending time with us today at the Maelstrom.